Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for short, and it's They Made What into a TV series. Final Fantasy Unlimited, episode 23, Teros in Search of Flying Water. Well, a title that tells us after the last two episodes, we're back on the path of continuing what is the main, sort of the main narrative, I guess, of the show.
Yeah,
But either way, we are staring down the barrel of the end of this show. And the episode begins with Moogle making a full screen declaration of who he is and the fact that he will be with the group from now. And I was like, mate, we've got like 3 episodes left. Probably don't be giving it the big on about how
yeah.
like, I'm here to stay, mug. We've only got 3 episodes left. The ship is having to be manually rowed because the liquid they're moving through is highly explosive and using the engines could blow the ship up. Sid thinks they're almost out of the area, but what they actually find is the end of the ocean. And now we get Fabula doing her usual shtick, reminding us about the mission to find flying water and the arrival of Moogle. She does say that they're getting quite close to the final destination, though. I don't mind this opening. It felt very Final Fantasy game-wise. Or very video gamey, the idea that you have to change up your journey because, the ocean's like dangerous now and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I did have a weird flashback. There were 2 Castlevania games on the Nintendo 64, Castlevania 64 and Castlevania another one. And I can't remember, I think it might be Castlevania 64 that was really, really bad. Really terrible game. And I remember there was a point in it that was super frustrating where you had to carry explosives, but you couldn't run with them. Now, this is not new to games, but the problem was in Castlevania 64 was the area between where you got the explosive and where you needed to bring it to was really far. But also the game was broken where you had to combine 2 things, but if you picked up the wrong one first, there was no way to drop it. So basically, you would not be able to continue and you'd have to restart the game over completely, which is insane. I, for some reason, hearing this about the water, thought of that bloody game.
Nostalgia.
Right. Yeah, yes. The ship has fallen out of the ocean and it is in a forest. Sid is heartbroken, but a call from above gets everyone's attention. It's Lou. We haven't seen Lou in ages. She's really happy to see them. And I was kind of happy to see her as well, as is everybody else. But she's even happier when she sees Kaze's there. Yeah, boy. She tries to follow Kaze, but Aya holds her by a cape, noting that the cape is made of flying water. And we did establish earlier on, via the glove, that flying water can make you fly.
Yeah.
Lou claims that a man named Mr. Buble made it for her, and she takes them to him. Sure enough, he's making all different types of flying water clothing. Lou came across him, worked for him for a while, and then got her cape cheap so she could fly and find Kaze. She whispers in Aya's ear about Kaze and Lisa getting closer and is pleased to hear that's not the case. She then flies over to Kaze, knocking Moogle out of the way and hugging him. I like this. This is a fun little thing. We get a full explanation of how the sort of clothing idea comes about. We have a character that makes it. That's fine. But we also get that madness from Lou, the jealousy over Kaze, the fact that him and Lisa, because naturally she suspects that the 2 adults, might be getting closer, and she doesn't want that happening.
Yeah. It's a fun little breakup of the seriousness.
Agreed. The rest talk to Mr. Buble about his creations, thinking they can get the flying water they need, but he charges a very high price. I asks him about Claire and shows him the glove. He remembers Claire. Having liked Claire, he gave him his clothes for free. Apparently, Sid isn't cute enough, and which is a funny joke they put here. Because Sid's like, oh, well, no, you're not cute enough. And he reveals he met Claire in Teros. Apparently, this place lies in the middle of the forest, which is where they're going next. And basically, Teros is a lake of flying water. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness going on here, as per usual.
Yeah, there's a lot of information being thrown out.
This is what they've been looking for. But I is concerned about Claire, and Yu doesn't really want to go back to Gordium. Love that. I love Yu's kind of, I don't want to go back there. And not because of what they think, because of what we know. He doesn't really want to have to confront the reality of his parents again. Lisa's concerned about his reaction to hearing the name of Gordium, though. and has, but he pretends like he knows that she's concerned, so he kind of just pretends it's like, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah,
Interesting layer. And what I thought was really interesting is he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for I.
yeah, of course, and it shows their bond.
Yeah, he's trying to protect her. Meanwhile, the old tyrant has lost his appetite, and Oscar thinks it's a good thing as it means Wonderland is at peace and chaos is calm. Okay, so that's what the hunger thing's about. When he's
Mm.
hungry, it's because Wonderland's in chaos. What?
Yeah,
What?
again, it's more stuff being thrown out.
It's just, yeah, it's just more nonsense. He gives Peast and his ocean puzzle some props. Speaking of Peast, he has apparently come up with a way to combat the maggot. Our group are now getting ready to power up the flying machine. Sylvia would fly in water. A nearby Crooks seems concerned. Cool. Whereas Lou is talking to Kaze about her transformations and how she hopes to be able to transform by looking into his eyes one day. He couldn't care less. In a classic Kaze, she might as well be talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
Outstanding stuff. The harvesting of flying water is halted by the arrival of Peast. He has a weapon that creates a tornado shield around him and is able to destroy all of Sid's harvesting machines. Furious, Sid attacks him and is able to crush him. Unfortunately, it's not enough, and Peast is able to break free, pointing out, "You can't crush me. I'm made of liquid." Yeah?
Yeah.
All the commotion has brought Lisa and Lou and Kaze, and Lou is transformed and uses her power to knock Peast's weapon away. One day, Jack, Peast is able to retrieve it, but the mag gun is ready to be used. Peast encourages Kaze to shoot him, which he does with a summoning Giga Phoenix. Kaze, when someone is going, "Yeah, shoot me, brother, shoot me, come on, I want you to shoot me,"
Yeah,
there's a chance you probably shouldn't.
he's an idiot.
Yes, because Peast defenses causes the soil to corrode, so it's ineffective on him. But the Giga Phoenix energy starts to rain down on the land, causing destruction and the evaporation of flying water. Thanks, Kaze. Good
Yep.
work again, man. Good work. They need to do something to stop Giga Phoenix now, and Peast, with Lou being hurt by the summon when she tries to attack it. So, like, they've got two problems now. You've got Peast and you've got Giga Phoenix. Lisa realizes she can help ease Giga Phoenix's suffering, transforming her life into spiritual energy to stop it. It works, but Lisa collapses afterwards. Peast is gloating, but Mackenzie now arrives, confusing the Lord. And in a we now need to, remember, rushed, get to an ending, Mackenzie ends up attacking Peast, summoning his own power to free Peast into nothing. And the episode ends with Kaze confronting him and pointing a mag gun. So we've suddenly got a random cliffhanger of the end of this episode. So we have to carry this on in the next one. And basically, folks, what we're seeing here is the race to the end. This was the start of the end. We are going to abandon pretty much everything we've done to this point to a degree, some characters and rivalries and all of that. And now we're just going to go nuts because I thought this was awful. The randomness of Mackenzie just going, "Right, that's it. Now it's my turn to reveal my hand."
Yeah,
Why?
I mean, we definitely suspected it, but yeah, literally, as you said. But again, I forgive the writers because the fact that they had to. No, you don't know.
No, because that implies, no, what you're doing is it implies they were writing episode by episode. That's
Mm,
highly unlikely they were writing episode by episode. This would have been at least a bit thought out. It would have been,
yeah,
the entire story would have been planned out right across the run. They would have been told at a certain point, who knows how late that was, it's ending early. They would have had to rewrite. Look at what they'd written and stuff like that. And that would have been a problem, and that deserves props.
yeah,
But man, oh man, and the problem is I don't know how far along they were to rewrite. If it was so last minute, then there's fuck all they can do. I completely understand. But if they
yeah.
had time to prepare, the problem is how much we just don't know, and so it's hard to be either way. But this is too rushed. The problem with this Mackenzie just attacking Peace is all I keep asking is that question: why? Why
Yeah.
now? Why would he do this? And it doesn't make sense to me.
Mm. I mean, it goes back to the previous episodes where the two sort of standalone ones where they could have maybe extended a bit more information to it. But
Yeah.
even though they were good, they were enjoyable episodes, but they weren't exactly needed.
Yeah. I would have, I mean, potentially you could have just written this in a way, got this in a way where the Earl Tyrant reveals that maybe after one of these piece, he's like, look, it's not enough. It's not enough. Or maybe the Earl Tyrant goes, someone saying that he decides he wants to consume Wonderland itself. So
Yeah.
then Kenji has no choice. Just something that says,
Yeah.
I now have to switch sides. And overall, I don't really like this episode. It all felt a bit nothing, you know?
Again, although it was progressing the story, it was basically pointless.
No, it's not pointless. I think it's got one. I think it exists for one, well, two reasons, right? Two reasons. One, to set up the return of Clea, to sort of say he's going to be back, but also to bring Lou back into it for the ending. They needed to find a way to bring Lou back in.
Yeah, true.
But to be fair, Lou's a character that literally could have just popped up randomly at any point. Didn't need it. It could have been done in any way. It wouldn't have. If Lou had popped up in a previous episode, say, putting this out there, what if they'd found Lou stuck in memory lane?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That is episode 23, Teros in Search of Flying Water. What do you reckon? You got any thoughts on this one? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.